what's a person to do if they get an old Benz and they look through the rear window and this is what they see? This is pretty common, particularly on cars that have been in warm or hot climates. And this is caused by heat damage. This is a leather seat, and they're much more prone to this type of damage than the vinyl seats. But usually what happens is the stitching starts to rip out, and then when it gets bad enough, the leather will shrink. This one's really bad, and then it just falls apart, say. It gets rotten. So how are you going to fix that? Well, you could take it to a upholsterer shop, but I can guarantee you it's not going to look like an original Mercedes-Benz seat. You can try to get original leather and have it redone. That's going to be better. But what I prefer to do, both for looks and economics, is to find another good leather seat and recolor it. So I had this black leather seat that I had pulled out of an early W126 a few years back, and I got that out of storage, and I said, hey, this is a pretty nice seat. First thing you want to check out is the stitching. Has the stitching started to let loose? No, it hasn't. So this is a seat we're going to try to get in that car, but first we have to turn it blue. At least for me, this seat is not worth saving. You know, sometimes you might want to save it for the padding, but this padding is pretty crunchy. Listen, you know, it's coming apart. I call it shredded wheat. So usually when the padding is coming apart like that, you can expect it's not going to last very long. So it's certainly not worth reupholstering. But before I throw this seat away, there's one thing I want to save, and I want to save this armrest. Now, the armrest, if it's a real close paint match, then I'm going to install the blue armrest. Replacing these armrests is very easy. There's 2 bolts here and 2 bolts here. I've already got these 2 off. I'll pull these off now. All right, and then the armrest just comes right off like this. And you can see this armrest is in excellent condition. I mean, it's almost mint. So I will not have to paint the armrest in the back seat. I'll just replace it with this real nice blue leather one right here. To prepare this seat to accept the leather spray dye, the first thing I do is thoroughly clean the seat with a very mild detergent and warm water. I prefer Dawn dishwashing liquid because it seems to really help get the grease and get into these cracks, but I use a very soft bristle brush, not too soft, and with the warm soapy water I can work it into these little perforations and down into the cracks like this. So I spent about a half hour cleaning the seat, and when it was all done I thoroughly wiped it with warm water and a clean rag. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this armrest. I'm going to flip it over and remove the armrest because we're going to stick the blue armrest in here. And I wanted to show you this. Look at the difference in the padding. Notice there's no crunchy sound when you push on it, and notice I can't grab a hold of it and tear it out. So the padding in this seat is in excellent condition. So if we can get the color to match, this is going to be a really nice restoration. And then as a final preparation, I'm going to use a prepping agent. There's a number of different ones on the market. They're designed to clean and kind of soften both leather and vinyl before you spray it. And this one is recommended for both plastic and leather. But it's a mold release, takes grease and oil and other common contaminants out of the leather when you spray it. So I'm going to start and just do sections. I'll go ahead and do this pleated section here. Don't try to do the whole seat all at once. Get it nice and wet. And then while it's still wet, we're going to wipe it off and really get down into those cracks. I'll do the cracks first. And I recommend you do this outside or wear a respirator because this stuff is a little noxious. And you need to work fairly quickly because it'll want to dry off. See, it's already flashing off now. So I want to make sure I get it wiped before it completely dries. You see, the seat was already clean, so it's only taking a very small amount of dirt off at this point. That's why I recommend doing a mild wash before you use a prepping agent, because otherwise you're going to be really moving a lot of junk around and you won't get as good a job as the way I've shown you here. Okay, now I'll finish the seat and then I'm going to just mask off a few parts that I don't want to be sprayed. The bracket down in here for the armrest and these two brackets here I'll just cover with paper and masking tape. And then I'm going to take this outside to spray it. These rags will get dirty after a little bit. You want to keep changing these up. Just get rid of them. Don't try to keep using the same rag. What I do, these are lint-free towels, and I'm using one every section I do, and then I'm tossing it. And also, I should point out, even if you're not going to replace the armrest with one from another seat, you still want to remove it when you do this re-dyeing process. There's no way. What I would do is go ahead and pull these brackets off, and then you can completely paint or spray the armrest separate from the seat, and you'll get a much better job. You don't want to spray one of these when it's too cold out. The ideal temperature is about 70 degrees. It's nice that I have a nice kind of semi-cloudy day out here and it's fairly warm. So I'm in good shape. I usually let this sit at least a half hour before I start the spraying because I want to make sure that prepping agent has completely flashed off. If not, you're going to get some fish eyes showing up in the color. Now, this is really important. You need to shake this dye at least 2 minutes. I've been shaking this even before I started the camera roll. And we're going to put on 3 coats. The first coat is going to be what I call a tack coat. It's going to be a light coat without full coverage. This will also help prevent any fish eyeing if by some chance you didn't get every little spot of grease off the seat. Okay, and then as you're spraying, you know, about every minute or so, you want to stop and shake the can again about 10 or 15 seconds, because that's really important with this stuff. You just have to keep it agitated. All right, so I'm going to start in the 2 pleated sections because I want to make sure I get good coverage down in here in the cracked areas, and then I'll go and shoot inside here, and then in the 3rd section I'll come all the way around the top. And when I get down to the final coat, I'll try to start here and go all the way across so I don't get any overspray marks. But for the first coat, I'm just going to come right in here. Once again, I'm not trying to get full coverage here, and I'm just trying to get a light coat on. Okay. Keep the can moving in sweeping motion. Don't keep the trigger pulled down when you stop or you're going to have a problem. See, start the can moving, pull the trigger, release the trigger, come back. I'm going to pull the seat over the edge of the table so I make sure I get this edge. Okay, I'm going to let this thoroughly dry. And then the next coat is going to go on just a little bit more thicker. Make sure I get coverage, particularly down in these cracks. The second and third coat I'm going to concentrate on these areas, make sure I get good color down in there. It's very difficult to put your fingers down in there and spread that, especially when the dye is not dry. Now it's been about 15 minutes since the first coat. Drying times will change as you add more dye, but don't start that second coat until you look all around the seat. There should be no shiny spots. Everything should be dry to the touch and flashed off. Now, second coat. Like I said, I'm going to concentrate on these pleats. Okay, now I'm going to come back and get the rest of the pleated area. Okay, I'll go ahead and finish that up on the other side. I think that gives you a good idea of the procedure. I'll get the second coat on here and then come back and do one final light third coat. Well, it's the next day and the dye is thoroughly dry. I just had to bring you out here in the sunshine and show you how nice this looks. And check this out. Can you see the color difference between the original armrest and the re-dyed black seat? Now, if you look real close, you might be able to see a slight difference, but there's variations in this blue just from exposure to sunlight. But look at how nice this dye sprays and how evenly it dries, and it even looks like real leather. This is an amazing product. I believe the dye that I use to spray this seat is the best on the market. There it is, folks. This is classic leather dye from World Upholstery.